Please, I beg you to understand. I did not intend for this to happen. I love Malik, and he loves me. He promised he would return.
You have brought shame upon our village. It is a dishonor for a girl to be with child without a husband. You must leave by sunset. Gather your things and go. This is the only way to restore balance to our village.
Please, don't make me leave. Where will I go? What will become of my child and me? This is my home.
Please have mercy on her. She is young and made a mistake. Surely there is another way.
Once upon a time, in a quaint village called Ora, there resided a young girl named Aisha. Aisha was not just beautiful, but also known for her kind nature, adored by all in the village. Parents in Ora often told their daughters to emulate Aisha's character. One day, while she was on her way back from the river, she encountered a man who asked her for some water. Without hesitation, she gave him some. After that day, on several occasions, she met the same man on her trips to and from the river. Gradually, they became friends and eventually fell in love. The man introduced himself as Malik, and they would often meet by the river, their love blossoming. However, one day, Malik stopped coming to their usual meeting spot, leaving Aisha deeply saddened. Her distress was noticed by everyone in the village. Soon after, Aisha fell ill, and upon visiting the village doctor, she discovered she was pregnant. This brought dishonor to her family, since it was frowned upon for an unmarried girl to be pregnant in the village. The villagers began to mock her, and the elders decided to set an example by banishing her from the village. Tearfully, Aisha pleaded to be allowed to stay, but her pleas fell on deaf ears. With no other choice, she was cast out of Ora, left to find shelter in a nearby village. Weakened by her condition, she collapsed on the way. Fortunately, a passing man named Ibrahim found her and took her to his home. When Aisha regained consciousness, she found herself in the care of Ibrahim and his wife, Zara. The couple, who had no children of their own, embraced Aisha like their own daughter. In time, Aisha gave birth to a baby boy whom she named Zayn after his father. As Zayn grew, Ibrahim found a job for Aisha at the royal palace, where she worked diligently. Some time later, news arrived that the prince, who had been away, was returning to select a bride due to his father's ailing health. A grand festival was organized for the prince to choose his bride. Aisha, curious about the festival, learned that women with children were not allowed to participate. As the festival commenced, days passed without the prince choosing a bride. Worried, the queen urged him to make a decision, reminding him of his duty to marry. One day, as the prince wandered the palace courtyard, he spotted one of the palace maids and requested a drink through a servant. When the maid approached, he was astonished. "Aisha," he exclaimed, though she did not recognize him in his princely attire at first. "Yes, it's me," the prince confirmed, revealing his true identity. Overwhelmed, Aisha asked if he was the prince everyone was waiting for. Tearfully, she recounted her story, and the prince, whose real name was revealed to be Amr, listened intently. He apologized for hiding his identity and explained that he sought a love not based on royalty, but genuine affection. Amr then revealed that Malik was not his real name. He was actually Rafik. When asked about the child, Aisha explained that Zayn was their son. Delighted, Amr rushed to inform the queen of his discovery. Together, they sought the king's approval for Amr to marry Aisha. Meanwhile, in Ora, the villagers were experiencing severe poverty, rejected by neighboring villages for aid. Their last hope was Makkah village, who agreed to help, but under the condition of servitude. Learning of this, Aisha was moved to act. She pleaded with Amr, now taking charge in his father's absence, to intervene. Amur summoned the village elders, and together they decided against reducing the people of Ora to slavery. Instead, they offered their help without such conditions, inspired by Aisha's compassion. Returning to Ora disguised as a princess, Aisha was unrecognized until her mother, among the villagers, declared her identity. Tearfully, Aisha shared her story, and the village apologized for their treatment of her. She returned to Makkah village with her parents, preparing for her wedding. At the wedding, guests from Ora arrived, and Aisha and Amir were married. They lived happily with their son Zayn, and Aisha remained close to Ibrahim and Zara, who had become like family. This story reminds us of the power of forgiveness, second chances, and finding goodness even in challenging circumstances. When faced with adversity, remember that tomorrow might bring what yesterday did not. Hope should never be lost, for out of difficult times, something beautiful can emerge. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please support by subscribing, liking, and commenting on the video. Share it with your loved ones. Until next time, goodbye.